President, my dear colleagues, my name is ENDSears-Memorial. I represent Plenary Northeast Central District. I stand to move for adoption of votes and proceedings of Thursday, 29 February 2024. I so move.
Distinguished Brother Kelvin.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Kelvin Chukwu, representing the good people of Enugu State. I stand to support the motion, the vote and proceedings of Thursday. I so move.
Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been moved and seconded. Those who are in support of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Any petitions?
Thank you, Mr. President. My distinguished colleagues, Ositangu, Enugu West. Mr. President, I have two petitions to lay. The first one is from Emmanuel Ojika.
Just before them, let me wish some of our colleagues happy birthday. Because I mean, we are born almost every day. So let me felicitate with the distinguished Senator Aliu Wamako, was born on the first day of March. Distinguished Senator Inaya Abaribe, and you didn't tell anybody, born 1st of March. So we see you after this. Just to cut the cake. Precious. And this is Abdul Hamid Maiduri Ahmed, 3rd of March. And my brother, the Distinguished Senator Kawu Suleiman Abdurrahman, was also born on the 3rd of March. So I want to say happy birthday. May Almighty God grant each and every one of you many more years of prosperity, good health, and wisdom to continue to contribute your quota towards nation building. On behalf of the 10 Senates. I just received this from OGD, Otumba Benga Daniels. I think this is one of the most beautiful invitation cards I've seen. It's even better than the one of King Charles when he was coronated. No, it's not because he's a former governor. He's a man of style. There are many former governors who cannot afford this. Am I not a former governor? Can I afford this? We have spoken. So, please join him and all of us in celebrating the 60th birthday of his beautiful wife, Yeye Olufunke Benga Daniels, on Saturday, 23rd day of March 2024. It will be a day of Thanksgiving and celebration. This will take place at the Balmoral, at the Sheraton Hotel, Bank Anthony Way, Mobalaji Bank Anthony Way in Lagos. The service will start from 11 o'clock and reception will last till daybreak. So, congratulations to Her Excellency in advance for her 60th birthday. We are all invited. Yes. The lights, they are still working on it. It went off since morning. It's even affecting some offices on the 4th floor. We have about 10 offices that they have not been able to rectify, but they're working on it. they've assured us that before 1 o'clock, this will be okay. However, I noticed even the press, some of them are fanning themselves, so I didn't feel the heat also. If it gets too hot, then we may have to adjourn for a while to allow them to conclude. But I think they are working on it. So I apologize for any inconvenience. Yes, distinguished Senator Ositangu.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ositangu, Enugu West. And the first petition, Mr. President, is from my constituent, Emmanuel Ojika, who went to complain about a poor or bad product he purchased from Airtel, and he ended up being beaten up, tied, fuel poured on his body, and he was almost set ablaze in Abuja. He's here to seek justice. He hasn't gone to any court, and he feels...
Come again. I don't think my colleagues are hearing you.
To complain about a poor product, a bad product he purchased from them. The security men attached to Airtel beat him up, tied him, poured the fuel on his body, and he was almost set ablaze. Accused of armed robbery. He's written this petition several times to get justice. If he feels this House chamber will help him get justice, he can approach any court, and he is hoping that the common man.
There was a matter reported to the police.
To the police.
The police failed to give justice.
Mr. President.
You can lay the petition.
Mr. President, permit me to read out also to talk about second petition from another constituent of mine, for George. Entered an agreement with the property developer. She had met her own part of the bargain, paid the due necessary. Suddenly, the developer is now reneging on the agreement they have. She has tried all possible ways justice, and she is also seeking the assistance of the chamber. She is presenting that case. If you grant me, I will let the petitions, Mr. President.
Please. I hereby refer to the Senate Committee on Ethics, Code of Conduct, and Public Petitions to report to the Senate in 2 weeks. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, very distinguished Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the first business of the day is the present a bill standing in the name of the Senator Kalu Orji Uzo on the National Environmental Standards and Regulations Agency Act Amendment Bill 2024, SB 19. Mr. President, you may invite the clerk of the Senate to read the short title of the bill.
Clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, National Environmental Standards and Regulations Agency Act Amendment Bill 2024, SB 19, first reading.
Distinguished colleagues, National Environmental Standards and Regulations Agency Act Amendment Bill 2026, SB 19, first reading taken. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, the second business of the day, the presentation of a bill standing in the name of most distinguished Senator Karimi Sunday Steve on the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Act Amendment Bill 2024, SB 23. Mr. President, you may wish to invite the Clerk of the Senate to read the short title of the bill.
Clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, corrupt practices and other related offenses amendment bill 2024, SB 23, first reading.
Corrupt practices and other related offenses amendment bill 2024, SB 23, free taken. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, the third is the presentation of a bill in the name of distinguished Senator Mongunu Mohammed. Oath Bill 2024, SB 28. Mr. President, you may wish to invite the Clerk of the Senate to read the short title of the bill.
Clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senator, Oath Bill 2024, SB 28, first reading.
Distinguished colleagues, Oath Bill 2024, SB 28, reading taken. Leader of Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, business of the day is the presentation of a bill standing in the name of most distinguished Senator Daniel Olugbenga Justus on National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure Act Amendment Bill 2024, SB 45. Mr. President, you may wish to invite the Clerk of the Senate to read the short title.
Clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, Science and Engineering Infrastructure Act Amendment Bill 2024, SB 45, first reading.
Distinguished colleagues, National Agency for Science, Engineering, Infrastructure Act Amendment Bill 2024, SB 45, first reading taken. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the fifth business of the day is the presentation of a bill standing in the name of most distinguished Senator Emmanuel Uden Lemga on the mutual legal assistance in criminal matters Act SB 376. Mr. President, you may invite the Clerk of the Senate to read the title of the bill.
Clerk of the Senate.
President, distinguished senators, Mutual Legal Assistance in Criminal Matters Act Amendment Bill 2024, SB 376, first reading.
Distinguished colleagues, Mutual Legal Assistance in Criminal Matters Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading taken. Leader of the Senate.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm very distinguished colleagues. The
point of order.
Mr. President, point of order. Plenary 2 for the 42.
Yes, what order? 42, go ahead. Read. You may read. Read order for.
Thank you, Mr. President. By the indulgence of the Senate and the leave of the President of the Senate, a senator may raise a personal explanation through there be no question before the Senate, but no controversial matter may be brought forward, nor may arise upon the explanation. The proposed statement shall be submitted in detail to the President of the Senate when his leave is to make it sought. Thank you, Mr. President.
Distinguished colleagues, distinguished Senator Oba had requested that he has a personal explanation. Is it the Senate that he do so? Those who support say aye, those against say nay. They have it. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's just appreciation and to thank Mr. President and my colleagues. I want to, on behalf of the Southeast Senators and Honorable Members, my gratitude to the Senate for the passing mark bill to alleviate the Union of the Southeast region. Amongst the Development Commission will put an end to the age-long perceived marginalization of the South. This bill was introduced by me on the 4th of October, which is cutting from the House of the State President. Important to know that the perceived the law and benefit directly from federal government which enjoyed by other Northeast, the Niger Development Commission and Southeast Development Commission respectively. I want to thank my distinguished colleagues. Thank you.
Pointer sustained. Leader.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the first order of the day is the second reading of a bill standing in on the National Assembly. The first order of the day is the second reading of a bill standing in my name on the National Assembly Library Trust Fund Act Amendment Bill 2024 SB 373.